Less than a day after Michael Cohen pleaded guilty to 8 federal counts, ranging from tax evasion to campaign finance violations, Trump's longtime attorney and fixer is downplaying the possibility of a pardon. In fact, Cohen's own lawyer, Lanny Davis, says his client would outright reject one if it were granted. "I know that Mr. Cohen would never accept a pardon from a man that he considers to be both corrupt and a dangerous person in the Oval Office," Davis tells NPR's Morning Edition, referring to the president later in the interview as a criminal. "And Cohen has flatly authorized me to say under no circumstances would he accept a pardon from Mr. Trump," Davis added, who uses the pardon power in a way that no president in American history has ever used a pardon to relieve people of guilt who committed crimes, who are political cronies of his. Conjecture about a presidential pardon picked up steam in the hours following Cohen's guilty plea Tuesday, in which he implicated President Trump in multiple counts involving unlawful campaign contributions. In court, Cohen did not name Trump, referring instead to a candidate for federal office. But Davis made clear that Cohen was talking about the president. Cohen said Tuesday that he had been directed to use payments to stifle stories from 2 women. Former Playboy model Karen McDougal and adult film actress Stephanie Clifford, aka Stormy Daniels, have both said they had affairs with Trump and were paid to keep silent. Trump, for his part, has acknowledged that he paid Cohen between $100,000 and $250,000 last year. Trump and his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, have said the president reimbursed Cohen for the payments, which Trump described as being used to stop the false and extortionist accusations made by Daniels. Trump also has asserted that the monies did not come from campaign funds. Trump has repeatedly questioned the credibility of his former lawyer, and on Wednesday he tweeted a particularly pithy criticism. "If anyone is looking for a good lawyer," he said, "I would strongly suggest that you don't retain the services of Michael Cohen." Trump went on to compare Cohen unfavorably with his former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, who was convicted on 8 federal counts of tax and bank fraud the same afternoon Cohen pleaded guilty. Trump noted that the jury declared a mistrial on the remaining 10 counts against Manafort, whom Trump lauded Wednesday for having refused to make up stories in order to get a deal. "Such respect for a brave man," Trump said of Manafort, who faces a separate federal case next month in Washington, D.C. Despite his disparate reactions to the Cohen and Manafort cases, Trump could exercise his presidential prerogative to pardon both men, a prerogative that Trump has shown little hesitation exercising since taking office. One of those pardons Davis brought up specifically in Wednesday's interview, the one issued to former Arizona Sheriff Joe Arpaio, a staunch Trump supporter. Arpaio had been convicted of criminal contempt after defying a judge's order to stop detaining immigrants because they lacked legal status. Though Arpaio was clearly guilty, Davis asserted, Trump pardoned him last year. "Mr. Cohen is not interested in being dirtied by a pardon from such a man," Davis added. The turnabout is striking, as Cohen had once declared he would take a bullet for the president. It was underscored Wednesday morning when Cohen's lawyer lit into the president in no uncertain terms. Trump has not pled guilty to a crime, but his own lawyers have described him directing somebody to do something that is a criminal act, which is to hush up his affairs with 2 women, Davis says. And that's not what this is about, it's about his hushing up those affairs in order to influence the outcome of an election. Davis also referred to Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election and to special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. Trump has repeatedly referred to the investigation as a witch hunt, even calling for his attorney general, Jeff Sessions, to shut it down. But that probe continues, and Davis says Cohen has valuable information on that score as well, without going into detail about what exactly that information may be. If he tells the truth to the special counsel who talks to him, and I believe he will, Davis says, he will have topics that, in my opinion, will be of interest to the special counsel in his Russian investigation and related topics.